Good morning. Today is one of my favorite days. It's time to harvest. Specifically today, bloody butcher dent corn. Corn is one of those special kind of harvests because you don't know what you've really got until that day. Although this is my best crop this year and I'm super excited with how well they've grown, I am excited for fall gardening and to fill this bed up with brassicas soon. So it's a bittersweet kind of thing. I'm really proud of my super duper tall corn plants, but at the same time, this is really awesome to harvest this corn. It's such a pretty variety and it tastes really good and it processes really, really well. I already picked a couple of test ears. I picked these two specifically because they were starting to get some bug damage and I wanted to save them. This one is a frankencorn. I think this is just the result of too much nitrogen in one spot. And then this one, these have been drying in the greenhouse. And this one is just, didn't get all the way up to the top, but that's still a fine ear of corn right there. Full disclosure, I'm only going to show you the nice ones. All right, let's unwrap this one together. Yeah. This is what makes it very, very special. Look at that. It's got that, it's all dented. It's got that sheen to it, that healthy, beautiful sheen. Lots of different colors, even though you might not be able to translate that to camera, but it's still very wet. I can even feel some moisture down here, but a couple of days in the greenhouse or just upstairs and that'll be beautiful. I'm really proud of that. Hopefully there's lots more like that. Yep, that's just beautiful. Love that. Whoo! This one's like orange. I don't know if you can see that, but this one's really, let's see if I can. That's the difference. This one's more maroon, this one's more A&M, this was more UT. This one's the better one. Just kidding. Okay, I want to show you something. So this is all bloody butcher dent corn, right? That's what it's supposed to be, but what is that? What is that? Now, I saved some seed and then I bought some from like Etsy, and I saw one ear that had also like some tiny little yellow spots, but what is that? Okay, so I've got all the corn harvested. I didn't harvest and shuck every ear. I did just harvest the ears and toss them in a pile. Now comes putting all of this down. So I'm gonna have to get some loppers and lop all of these down and lay them down. I'm just gonna leave them where they are. And then fertilize with like compost tea or JLF or JMS, more likely, especially to eat down all of this crop residue and molasses and things like that. So I'm gonna go get the loppers and get started with that. That's it. The work to harvest and cut it all down is like so little compared to what it took to get it in the ground and all the worry and stuff waiting. But yeah, I'm really proud of everything that grew here. I also got some clay peas harvested here. These are the ones that are brown. Also, rabbits have been eating my sweet potato patch. Finally able to harvest some sweet corn. I'm happy. I've been getting several of these. There has been like a corn worm at the top of the first 2 or 3. And there are even these eating one right now, these ants. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest as much as I can. I'm on my way to go get a basket because I've been walking with corn in my pocket. So I still have some cobs coming, but this is the most sweet corn I've ever grown. All right, I can't help it. I'm gonna try grilling them up right now. I'm gonna slather them in butter, a little bit of salt. Might even eat one just plain. I had a little bit of some raw, and it was pretty good. Now it's time to harvest amaranth. I've never grown it so well. I know it looks really sad right now, but this is my best crop of amaranth so far. So they're looking very sad and they're leaning over, which means that they're heavy with grain. And now the leaf-footed bugs are starting to get a hold of them. So that's a good time to just go ahead and stop feeding the leaf-footed bugs and get the grain harvested and dried out, ready for processing. So let's get started. I also went ahead and harvested some sweet corn. I believe these are clay peas. They aren't necessarily all bushy. They have a tendency to vine. I'm leaving the stalks themselves up. I'm taking just the heads because they're being used as a trellis. So that's nice. So from the last video, this is the bean bed that I weeded. You want to be careful. One of the best ways to get stung by a wasp is picking peas. So just move slowly. I already see one, maybe even another. And that's our pea collection for today. About filled up that basket. I've also been harvesting watermelon. I've had 2 good and 2 overripe. I don't know what varieties of these are. I think this is a Congo sweet. I think this is an Alibaba. This might be, I don't know. But this is just from today. I've got these 2 that still have tendrils on them. Watermelon is one of those crops where if you harvest enough, you do have to share. There's not really much in the way of preservation that you can do for watermelon. Processing corn today. This is probably 7 pounds. I'm not even close to done, but I'm really excited about this particular batch. There's orange kernels, there's deep, deep reds. You just have to, when you harvest and when you grow, but definitely when you harvest, you have to take some time, really look at it, and really appreciate it. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm very, very grateful. After all that, the LSU cob is red. Well, I unfortunately underestimated the power of the wind when I was winnowing the rest of that amaranth, and I lost most of it. And that's okay, because I still have enough seed if I want to start again in the fall, and I have learned the valuable lesson of next time using a tarp. It was only one row, and I was just seeing if I could grow another grain this year, and I did. And this fall I'm planning on growing golden giant and maybe another round of that. We'll see. But I had fun growing it. I never ate any of the leaves because they just looked so pretty. I didn't want to eat them while they were still growing the grain. But it was a beautiful plant, and the chickens loved it. So that's nice. Anyway, so that's all of the first part of harvesting right now. We had sweet corn, dent corn, watermelon, and peas. And I now have enough to be able to try some clay peas if I wanted. We can start making tortillas. We can make cornbread. We can make grits again. So that part is done, except for the peas. The peas are still producing and probably will into fall because I'm going to grow them. They're so easy to grow. How could I not? The watermelon is slowing down, and it's now time to start thinking about fall crops. Carrots, the cruciferous vegetables, cabbages, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, all that stuff I really, really love to eat fresh. Planting in regular spring, the first spring, can be kind of iffy. I'm now traumatized by the late frosts that seem to happen more and more often, and it just gets so hot so quickly. But you have a bit more leeway in fall, I find. So hopefully we'll be very successful in that. It's been a great day so far. We got a new pile of wood chip mulch. I'm so excited to get mulching again and just start the fall chores and head into winter and get cooled down. We're still in the dog days of summer here, and the garden is still producing. Thank you for watching, and thank you for spending time with me. It's priceless. And until next time, take care.